Welcome back to Coffee and Candor. This is Amber.
And Chris.
And Randy.
Okay, today we are going to be talking about the boys on the track, the deaths of Kevin Ives and Don Henry. So anybody here?
Every time you say that, I think of Don Henley.
I keep wanting to say Don
I
Henry.
can think of
And
Burl
I'm
Ives.
fairly certain, and I'm not an expert, but I'm fairly certain it wasn't Don Henley.
No, nor Burl Ives. But this was another, like, really notorious crimes, true crime history mystery here in Arkansas. That's
What town did that happen in?
Benton or Bryant?
Saline County.
Yeah, Saline
Yeah,
County.
Brian.
It wasn't
I
actually.
think they were actually found in Alexandria.
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 Alexander. To me, Saline County, the major towns are all sort of interchangeable. I don't understand where one ends and the other begins.
It's like, like a megalopolis.
Yeah, but yeah, I think.
They're close enough to Little Rock too. It might as well be all one.
But I think
Yeah.
Amber's right. I think it was in Alexander because my other high school boyfriend knew these boys. He went to school with them in Alexander.
Yeah, Kevin was 17, Don was 16. They were best friends. On August 23rd, 1987, they were hanging out with friends and decided to go hunting at night. They went to Don's house to pick up the rifle, talk to his dad for a little bit. What were you
Yeah.
gonna say?
Well, I was going to say, and then back then especially, that was not uncommon.
Yeah.
I mean, that was normal behavior.
Later on that night, a train going through Bryant, which they were hunting near the train tracks. They knew trains came through there. There was nothing new to them. The conductor noticed two bodies on the track, laying next to each other, a rifle next to them, and a green tarp partially covering them. And he thought it was kind of two boys just playing around. He was blowing on the horn, trying to get their attention. No movement from either one of them. Hit the brakes. It was, of course, too late for a train. He stopped about a mile down the road. And this is where the story gets really weird. The medical examiner that you were talking about earlier
Fahmy Malik.
Fahmy Malik.
said that...
Which I'm sure if we continue this, you'll hear about a lot more because he was involved in a lot of cases.
Well, he sounds like a shady motherfucker.
Oh, we
he
could do
was.
a podcast just
Well,
on
you know
Fahmy Malik.
what I think was? I think he was a
He was inept.
undereducated, inept medical examiner and continued on until he, became shady. He's been involved in a lot of weird
I
stuff.
think he was
So
paid off quite a bit.
Yeah.
So it was like fake it till you make it, but he never made it.
Kind of,
Yeah,
yeah,
sort
exactly.
of. It's like he just got worse.
And then
Yeah.
just drifted off into shadiness.
One of the reports he made was the two boys had smoked 20 joints between the two of them.
I want to stop right there. Anybody who's ever smoked marijuana knows that
I've
those
tested
two
that
boys,
theory. It's not-
those two boys did not smoke no 20 joints.
No.
I mean, they wouldn't have died, and they certainly wouldn't have laid down on the train tracks to take a
But
nap
they
or
didn't say
whatever.
they died from it. They became sleepy and decided to lay on the tracks.
And
They
them
covered
blowing the
themselves in-
Yeah, I'm
horn
like,
wouldn't wake
where did
them
the
up.
tarp come from? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Supposedly
this is
they
my
covered
weed
themselves
smoking
to keep
tarp.
down.
I mean, what
Yeah,
the
this tarp is what I use to cover myself when it gets
Well,
cold. Have you ever put a tarp around you ever?
Were they hot boxing it or that?
I don't know, but if it's cold outside, the tarp is cold too because it's plastic.
Yeah.
I also found out later that the whole thing with the examiner and everything, the hospital where the boys were sent to be examined didn't have any record of them ever being there.
Mm-mm.
Really?
That's
No.
weird.
I've never
I'm
heard
still,
of
I'm
that.
still hung up on the 20 joints, so that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, no. Well, get this. This is from the Encyclopedia of Arkansas, and it's actually saying a week after they were buried, the two sets of parents were summoned to the state medical examiner's office. Fahmy Malik said that these were two accidental deaths due to THC intoxication.
Oh my.
Give me a break.
They
That-
weeded to death.
And as we've already determined, that's bullshit and it can't happen.
And if you don't know what THC is, it's a component of marijuana.
Yeah, THC is actually what gives you the
The
high
high. Mhm.
when you inject the marijuanas.
Yeah. Well, of course, the parents didn't believe any of this, so 5 months later, they had the case reopened. New autopsy results claimed that there was 1 to 3 joints that were smoked between the boys.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
Well, and again, that is not going to,
No.
But a
you're
joint,
going to survive that and be feeling fine.
yeah. I mean, it's not going to incapacitate you.
Maybe if the joints were laced with some sort of hallucinogenic,
Yeah,
but
well-
nobody's ever said that.
Right, and that's what I've said before. If it's laced with something, all bets are off.
Yeah,
because
that completely changes
Yeah, now
everything.
you got to work. Look at drug interactions and things like that. But just straight marijuana, no.
And no,
absolutely
there
not.
was never any talk that it was like
Anything other
laced.
than that. Yeah.
The examiner also said one of the boys, which I'm guessing was Dawn, was dead on the tracks, while the other was unconscious, and Dawn's shirt showed signs of stab wounds.
So he was
I never
dead before
saw
the train hit him.
I never saw anything saying they found a knife anywhere.
Yeah, like if where
The rifle was there.
Yeah.
Well, see, and if they did any kind of half-ass investigation, he had evidence of stab wounds, and they didn't mention that at first, right?
No.
Well, but here's part of the problem too. They were on the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
The train could not get stopped in
Well,
time.
of course not. Yeah.
It.
Yeah, they had to be identified with dental records.
Dental records had to
Oh,
identify
that's
them. So
awful.
apparently, it,
Really?
so that may have caused an issue.
Yeah,
With
but
them not finding the stab wounds
Yeah.
and
right, but it sounds like to me that they may have been, well, at least the one kid killed somewhere else and then brought to the train.
Well, there's actually an anecdote about an EMT that was present on the scene at the accident
Mhm.
that said that the boy's blood looked like it lacked oxygen,
Mhm.
which to
Like he was
him,
choked.
well, no, which
No,
to
like he was
him
dead
meant that he was
before.
dead
Oh, that,
before
yeah.
before the
they died. Before the
Before the
train
train
hit
hit
and
them.
they died,
Right.
supposedly.
Okay, so.
There was rumor of a man in the area at the time of Kevin and Dawn's death that was wearing a military type uniform.
Mhm.
There was never any other information on this man.
To be fair,
To
a
be-
military type uniform could be hunting clothes.
Yeah, it could be.
EMTs wear cargo pants and that same type of cargo shirt.
This man was spotted in the area days before and the day of.
Mhm.
well, and to be
Yeah.
fair, we're 30 miles from air base.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, but it should also be mentioned too that at the time, and I don't know about now, this was not like, this was off in the woods a little ways. This wasn't like around the house subdivision kind of thing.
Right.
So,
Well, and
it
you
was
can
rural.
also buy camo and
Yeah,
BDUs,
sure.
whatever, online.
Right.
Well,
Bennett's military
probably
you know,
not in 1987.
surplus.
But you
Been
can
here
go
for
to
100
military-
Been here
Yeah.
since 19.
Yeah, you can go to the military surplus store, definitely.
Yeah.
There was a woman, I didn't get her name, but she claimed to have seen a police officer beating two young men and then
Yes.
forcing them into a truck driving away.
Mhm.
At the time, they had no idea if she
What-
was telling the truth or if the boys were Kevin and Dawn.
Was the person that was beating the kids in a police uniform?
She said a police officer.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering how she knew that it was a police officer, not some random asshole beating two kids.
Well, she said police officer.
In the
Yeah.
book, it said that the witness said that it was a an officer and that it was at a convenience store. So it was in a high traffic area, but it was late at
okay.
night. So it's not like it was
Mhm.
that she didn't see this from a great distance. She was.
Okay, I didn't. Okay, I understand now. I had a different mental picture going on.
Let's see. In '96, Kevin's mother released video of names and details about a drug cover-up involving higher-ups in the county. Family thinks the boys could have witnessed something, and the cops got rid of them and covered it up. And
I think it's important to define something before we move on, because this is going to delve into the conspiracy range. Conspiracy doesn't mean wrong. Conspiracy just means more than one person's trying to keep a secret.
Mm-hmm.
So please continue.
Okay. Also, a nearly identical case where two men were found on a railroad track in Oklahoma happened in '84. It was almost identical, and a mile and a half
And
down
the way
the
they were
road,
killed,
yeah,
etc.
they were both laid across the tracks. And a mile and a half down the road from that, a meth lab was found. So that's when they started thinking maybe it did have to do with drugs.
Right.
And then Billy Jack Haynes was did y'all read about him?
Yes,
Was a
but I
wrestler,
can't.
WWF
Yes.
wresler.
He said he was there.
Yeah,
at the
he said
time.
he was there. He had gotten into drugs and started selling them and
Mhm.
transporting everything. And he was involved with the largest drug dealer in the States. What's his last name? Sears, I think, was his last name.
I don't know.
And he had gotten a letter or message or something from a criminal politician in Arkansas whose name we're not going to
Who
mention.
may or may not have served as governor.
Yeah, and may or may not have a
lots
bad
and
habit.
lots of death involved in their name.
Yeah, that tend to suicide
I'm not saying
people.
I think he does that, for the record.
If he's listening, neither am I.
Yeah, so if anybody's got to die here, it's not going to be me.
Yeah,
This is just a theory.
and we haven't named any names because
Um,
we don't want to.
so yeah, he
Let's
got a
see what's
message
that.
from this Arkansas criminal politician because he provided security. He was a wrestler, he was a big guy.
Hold on. To be fair, the guy didn't name anybody either. He actually said criminal politician.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
He provided muscle, I think is what he said,
Mhm.
for drug drops and stuff. And he says he was there and he saw them kill
Kill.
these two boys. And
Because they stumbled on a drug drop, right?
yeah, they stumbled on it, stumbled into something. They had no idea what it was. They witnessed something they shouldn't have, and they got rid of them.
Well, and number one, that seems totally plausible.
Well, it makes a lot more sense than they smoked weed to death.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that actually can't happen. So,
Right.
but what she just said absolutely can.
Oh, yeah.
And does on a regular basis.
And especially, I mean, it's been there's been a long history of a lot of drug trafficking through our state. We're on a major
Oh, yeah.
drug
I-40
trafficking
is
corridor.
Yeah, right.
You know, so this is not beyond the realm of possibility by any means.
Well, and there's the whole, the Mina airport, all
Yeah.
the drug smuggling conspiracies around that.
What's that movie?
Tom
American
Cruise.
Made with Tom
Yeah.
Cruise, yeah.
Yeah, that's about Sears.
Yeah, yeah. Watch
Seal.
American.
Barry Seal.
Barry
Seal.
Seal.
Barry Seal.
You know
Yeah,
what?
worked for the DEA, the FBI.
The CIA, the LMNOP. You know what burns my ass about that is this: they gave this guy billions and billions of dollars. Just here, run drugs, and they're going to hit me for an extra $700 on my income tax. Man, fuck off.
Something's just not right about that.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would just the interest on that account for one day. That's all I want.
Then to add to this whole drug thing they stumbled upon, it's very odd that, I'm not sure how you say his name, Keith McCasel, maybe?
It looks like McKessel.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter though.
He was the owner of a club that was nearby. He said something about him. He was also an informant in the case. He was found murdered.
Yes.
Greg Hollins, called to testify before grand jury, died from 3 shotgun blasts to the face.
Self-inflicted.
Keith Coney testified, or was to testify at grand jury, died in a motorcycle accident.
Big old air quotes around that.
Daniel Booney Burden was going to testify at the grand jury. He disappeared.
Yeah, that man, you are not going to convince me that that's not a conspiracy.
And then Jeffrey Edward Rhodes, who was connected with the case, his body was found in the landfill.
Yeah.
Keith McCaskill, that's who it was.
Well, I will tell you this. I know one police persona that's been involved in this and other cases around Arkansas, mainly in Saline County, is Dan Harmon. And Dan Harmon was supposedly involved in this. Dan Harmon has gone to prison for, drug smuggling, etc.
For the record, we are not accusing Mr. Harmon of anything.
I'm not worried about accusing him. There's a lot of evidence around.
I don't want to get fucking sued.
Because his
So,
record speaks for itself. We
Yes.
don't have to.
Yeah.
Yep. So, yeah, these kids, it sounds like they were...
yeah, that sounds like
They were taken out.
they were in the wrong place at the wrong time and saw something they shouldn't have,
Mm-hmm.
and the big bad got hold of them.
And-
Because it
yeah.
sure as hell wasn't smoking 2 joints or 20 joints or 100 joints or
No, no.
whatever the hell stupid number they came up with. That didn't kill him.
No.
I mean, the train definitely killed the one, but that's so. Oh my god, that's creepy.
So we know this Arkansas politician, whose name we're not naming,
Okay.
has lots and lots and lots and lots of death.
Oh, it's uncanny.
Trail.
Like over 100 people around this particular 2 people have mysteriously died before they were supposed to testify. So that seems a little odd, just in and of
It
itself.
should also be noted, though, that these people were also on the wrong side of the law a lot, these people who died. So that tends to happen to you.
Well, not all, not.
But a lot of
Not
them
all
were
of them.
testifying about very illegal activities.
Mm-hmm.
outside of the two people we're talking about. So they were high risk persons.
Yeah.
So
I think being associated with those two people, that's a high enough risk.
well, that's